You might be closer to your business idea than you think. Let me show you something from the Bible. If you've been looking for a business idea, thinking about starting something, or wondering whether you even have enough to begin, give me 2 minutes. There is an ordinary woman in the Bible you probably overlooked. She was simply a woman doing business. Yet hidden in just a few verses about her life are 3 surprisingly practical business lessons. And stay with me for the third one, because it may completely change what you call capital. Lesson 1. You don't have to sell everything. The Bible doesn't simply tell us that this woman was a merchant. It tells us exactly what she sold. Purple cloth. Purple goods were valuable in the ancient world. She had a specific product, a specific trade. She wasn't trying to be known for everything. Lesson 1. Get clear about what you want to be known for. If you have 10 business ideas, don't assume you need to start all 10. Ask yourself, what is one problem I can become exceptionally good at solving? Because sometimes growth doesn't begin by adding something new. Sometimes it begins by becoming remarkably good at one thing. Lesson 2. Your opportunity may not be where you started. The Bible tells us she was from Thyatira. But when we meet her, she is in Philippi. Scripture doesn't tell us exactly why she was there, so we won't invent the reason. But that detail gives us a powerful question. What if what you already know how to do has value somewhere you haven't considered? Maybe your customer isn't on your street. Maybe they're in another city. Maybe they're online. Maybe they're in another industry. Maybe you don't need another idea. Maybe your existing idea needs another audience. So don't only ask, what can I sell? Ask, who needs what I already know how to do? Lesson 3. You may already have capital. This is the one I don't want you to miss. When an opportunity came for this woman to contribute, she didn't offer the product she sold. She opened her home. And later in the chapter, her house appears again as a place where believers gather. Her merchandise wasn't the only useful thing she possessed. She had something else she could make available. And that makes me wonder how many people keep saying, I don't have capital, when what they actually mean is, I don't have money. Those are not always the same thing, because capital doesn't have to begin as cash. Maybe you have knowledge. Maybe you have experience. Maybe you have a phone. Maybe you have a kitchen. Maybe you have a sewing machine. Maybe you know people. Maybe you have access to a space. Maybe there is something people constantly ask you to help them do. And because you've had it for so long, you stopped seeing it as valuable. What if the thing you're calling ordinary is actually an asset? And now I can finally tell you about this woman. Her name was Lydia. You can find her story in Acts 16:14 to 15 and 40, just a handful of verses. But perhaps her story leaves us with a question worth asking. Your move before you search for another business idea, before you decide you need more money, before you say, I don't have what it takes to start. Stop. Take a piece of paper and write, what do I already have? Then make 3 columns. What I know, what I can do, what I have access to. Don't rush this. Write down even the things that seem too ordinary to matter. Then look at your list and ask, which of these can solve a real problem for somebody else? Circle 1. Then ask, who needs it? How can I serve them with it? And most importantly, what is the smallest version of this that I could start now? Not someday, now. Because maybe you've been waiting for your beginning, while sitting on it. Don't confuse having no money with having nothing. Take inventory. Then take one step. If this helped you, join me again soon. There's so much more for us to discover. Subscribe, leave a like, and share in the comments what you discovered about yourself. You never know who your comment might help. I'll see you in the next one.